on Set to Play Hockey here in this TakeOver Tour matchup here in the PWHL. We'll get a look at the starting goaltenders tonight. Emerence Mashmeyer, 2.0 goals against average. She's won a couple of games this season with a shutout, 4th in the league in minutes played. She will likely have to be big here tonight against a very good Boston Fleet Hockey Club. Erin Frankel, Alexis, you talked about her. There aren't enough adjectives to talk about her and what she's done and what she's doing for this Fleet team this year.
I feel like I'm being lied to every time I look at her stats. I'm like, there's no way this is possibly correct, and yet it is possibly correct, and it seems to continue to get better and better. Just one true blemish on her record this season. That came in a loss against Minnesota a couple of weeks ago. But other than that, she is well on her way to one heck of a season here in the PWHL.
She sure is. The hockey game underway. Vancouver, they are the road team, but they're in the white. Boston in their colors here in year 3 of this TakeOver Tour matchup here from Little Caesars Arena. Boston comes in 6 wins. They've all come in regulation, 19 points. Minnesota back of them. Minnesota lost earlier today, taking on Ottawa on the road. So the Boston Fleet, their ship, it's fair to say, is even keel right now. What's made them the team they are out of the gate in your mind, Alexis?
There's not a thing I don't like about this team right now. They're getting the goaltending. They've got some elite scorers on the team. Megan Keller has been incredible. They're getting in front of teams early, which it's always tough to play from behind, and there's not many flaws of this Boston Fleet team at this point in the season. Yeah,
8 games played. They've scored first 5 times. They've won all of those games. That's best in the league. Just inside of the line, kept inside of the zone by Haley Wynn. Keep your eyes on her, a 22-year-old from the hockey hotbed of Rochester, New York, and she is a special player.
I was uber impressed with her in her performance against Ottawa the other weekend.
That one sticked away. Mashmeyer getting a piece of that. Been playing with Megan Keller, too. They're putting them both in the same basket. That's a shutdown pair if I've ever seen one in this league. Puck coming free now. Boston getting to it, and a save made by Mashmeyer there off the quick shot from Ella Huber. 23-year-old out of suburban Chicago. Boston will change up here. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the opening period. And no surprise, Alexis, another great turnout here in Detroit. Wonderful to see here in the great state of Michigan here in Hockey Town. Puck steered into the middle now. Drifting over there is one of those 5 from the state of Michigan, Megan Keller, and it goes up and out of play here. Puck on edge, played at the line by Vancouver. They flip it inside of the Boston zone. Right on top of the paint, they steer it away from Erin Frankel now. Zoe Boyd trying to bring this puck out. They get it ahead, the chip around, the defender didn't work there. Good read by Sophie Jakes there. Back on the stick of Boston now, Abby Newhook. 22-year-old out of St. John's, Newfoundland. Saghetti now, Commerce Township, Michigan native, about 35 minutes north of here. Now Boston carrying it inside of the zone. They take a look. That pass, that centering pass high in the slot, off the mark. Gathered in though, held on the stick of Boyd. Off the goal stick of Mashmeyer. Tracked down, getting in there quickly was Rattray. They drive the paint, get a couple whacks at it. Alexis mentioned it earlier, this Boston team, they score early, and when they do that, they are very successful. First goal will be a big one, whoever gets it.
And they've scored the first goal 5 times this season, and they, of course, have won all 5 of those games.
Yeah.
Only once did they score the first goal, or I beg your pardon, only 3 times have they allowed the first goal.
Sound hockey team, and Chris Spar, who was in the American Hockey League with San Diego for 3 years, got the job this summer, and tremendous job by he and his staff here for this Boston team. They score! A beautiful puck put in front, and an easy one. That one is popped in the back of the net. Mobley driving the paint, and the Fleet have a 1-0 lead.
Well, make that 6 games they've scored the first goal now as Boston gets on the board just about 5 minutes. Nice play by McKinnon along the wall, and then out front, Mobley knocks it home for her 3rd goal of the season, and Boston is on the board early. Emmerich Smashmeyer a little bit deep in her net because the play came from the end wall, didn't have time to get out and cut off the angle, and because of that, Mobley had a little bit more net to shoot at and was able to put it home for an early Boston lead.
Beautiful finish indeed by Mobley there, the St. Louis Park, Minnesota native. Played some college hockey. She got around a little bit. Quinnipiac, Ohio State, Minnesota, Duluth. 18th overall pick by Boston in the 2025 PWHL draft. So you're Vancouver here. What have you seen out of them so far in this game?
Well, they had one look early, but it's been pretty even across the board through the first few minutes, but that's what a good team does, like Boston. They don't need much to strike quickly, and they get on the board there with a nice goal by Mobley.
Response right on cue! Whipped in by Hannah Miller! North Vancouver, BC native, and gets Vancouver back in a tie game at 1-1.
Well, I like what I see there out of Vancouver.
Yep.
There we go. A little back and forth action here in Detroit, and Boston didn't have the lead for long. That puck is kind of loose in the slot there. Miller finds it. Her first goal of the season. She was second on the Toronto Scepters in goals with 10 last year. Has a couple assists on the season this year and picks up a big goal there. So Vancouver, a team who doesn't score often, doesn't trail for long here in this first period. That's a good sign for a team who's looking to get some more scoring with that quick response.
The 29-year-old Miller getting that game-tying goal 27 seconds after Boston struck first. So a 1-1 tie here. A little more than 5 minutes gone. Puck turned over high in the slot. Boston trying to get a shot away. Tightly defended though. Sophie Jakes, defensive work. Now got a player and a penalty coming up behind the net. And that is Jakes that is down. And it's going to be a power play coming up here for Vancouver.
Yeah, I think we're going to get probably a boarding call here. Maloney's going to head to the box.
Get a look back at it here. Elizabeth Mantha and Amy Martin are the two referees tonight here, Alexis.
Yeah, and looked more like boarding to me. They called it cross-checking, but either way, it's a 2-minute minor, and Maloney will head to the box. And for most teams, you start to say, well, how can they turn the tide here, use special teams to your advantage? Boston's perfect on the penalty kill, so it's not a gimme once you get on the power play against this team. Although at some point, that does have to give, and maybe today will be the day.
Yeah, they are perfect, and absolutely 100% mark in that department. They are 15 of 15. Power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes with Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel.
Vancouver just 2 power play goals on the season, so we'll see if they can net their third of the year here. Maybe take their first lead of the day.
So Vancouver with that goal, they had a scoreless streak against Boston of nearly 65 minutes, going back, of course, to the previous meeting that you referenced earlier, partner. So they are getting a glorious opportunity here against this Boston team here, trying to get a lead here in this game as we tick down on the 6-minute mark here in the opening period here from Detroit.
Goldeneyes goal scored by number 34, Hannah
On the stick of the goal scorer, Miller. She was double teamed. Good work there. And Boston, they make quick work, blasting out.
Well, you talk about that last meeting. I think if you're Vancouver, you're just happy you got on the board early here. Anytime you get shut out by somebody, you want to get a quick one in that next game just to kind of find your groove a little bit. Know that you can put the puck in the back of the net, and they do that here in the first period.
Here come the Goldeneyes now, down below and circling the goal. They got help up top. They go low to high. Deflected away. Good stick to get it back down below the goal line. Goldeneyes will get over there. It's their scoring leader so far, Claire Thompson, that got down. She's got it. Back up top, she plays to the captain, Bell. Back to Bell now. Thompson, 35 to go in the power play for Vancouver. They find the puck, open chance, and a rip from the near circle, and a beautiful send up there for Lani Shoba. And they jam away, and Frankel's got it with 20 to go in the kill for Boston.
Man, she blasted that thing from the circle, and that rifled up and over the net. Looking for her first goal this season. She's tied for the team lead in assists, but almost put this one home. Vancouver looking for their first lead of the game.
Ryan Adolski, the head coach, who I was surprised, I know you were too when we talked to him, is they're trying, more importantly, trying to snap a 3-game skid. He's from here. He's from Warren, which is about 20-25 minutes north of here on the east side of Metro Detroit. His first time in the building tonight.
Yeah, he said he hasn't come back often since he left to go play hockey in the early 90s, and he was very excited, he said, when he saw this game on the schedule, and was glad that he got to be a part of it.
Spent a lot of time in the old Joe Louis Arena. Big kill for Boston. They remain perfect, 16 of 16 on the season. On the PK for the Fleet. Now they're pressing the puck. They force a turnover. Chance, and they score! Right out of the penalty box. They get back to even strength, and Tapani scores, and it's 2-1. We talked about her earlier. Underrated? I don't think so. That's a special play.
Well, Tapani, you can't turn the puck over against a good team, Ben, because it is going to burn you. And Shirley works this puck loose, and then Tapani blasts it home for her 3rd goal of the season. And she had all the time in the world to skate that in and shoot that puck. And Emmeryn Smashmeyer, I don't care what goaltender's in between the pipes, that's going to be a tough save to make. And Tapani gives her team their lead right back.
Well, to follow up what we talked about earlier, when we talked to Chris Spar, he said, I feel she is without a doubt a top 5 center in this league. He said, maybe not underrated, but I just don't think she gets enough accolades for what she does as a player.
Yeah, and I think he makes a fair point there when you think of the different players that we talk about day in and day out. She's not one you always talk about, but yet she's always having a good game. And another one here today.
Good start in this one here in the Motor City. 3 goals already. Just over 8 minutes gone. Here comes Boston again with a shot they missed on the blocker side. The corner, Karam gets it all the way out to the point, and a good stick from Vancouver. They'll change as they get it in deep.
Well, nice job by Mashmeyer on that 2-on-1 rush and forced Maloney to shoot that puck wide. Didn't have a lot of room to work with.
Keller puts that pass on the wing. Right on the money does Megan Keller. Emmeryn Mashmeyer with it in the trapper, and we've got our first stoppage here at LCA.
Well, it was 1-0 Boston. Vancouver made it 1-1, then Tapani gives Boston the lead back.
Chance right in, and Frankel had to fight that one off as Izzy Daniel came in. And the Goldeneyes not looking like they're struggling on the score sheet too much tonight. They're getting chances, Alexis.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected heading into this game, but a 2-1 game halfway through the first period with chances on both sides of the ice, back and forth was, I don't know. This has been a fun first period of action here, and like you said, Vancouver does not look like they're struggling to score with the way they've played so far today.
Creating chances. Brian Adolski, very good coach. The resume is so impressive. They'll get it figured out at some point. Maybe this will be the start of it tonight. Deflected in. Mashmeyer had to be quick, and she was, as she gobbles that one up.
Well, moments before this tip shot by Boston, Vancouver almost tied it up again. Nice blast by Izzy Daniel, and Frankel shrugs it off with her arm. Keeps her team in front 2-1.
Just wanted to follow up, and I know you'll add to this, but to what Natalie was talking about, I've had a chance to meet, work with Angela Ruggiero over the years, know Gigi Marvin a little bit. The opportunity, here's another good chance, and it's knocked down by Mashmeyer. But now there's something for these young ladies that play hockey. They can strive for it, and this is a wonderful, you can't get a better example than this here tonight.
Well, that's the beauty of the Takeover Tour, is bringing these games in this league to different cities that don't get a chance to watch it live night after night. And seeing the fans show up, I mean, we talked about it here in Detroit. It's been great all 3 games. Looking forward to the remainder of this one and the next one coming up in March. And these fans getting a chance to watch some awesome hockey as we get a penalty called here. Tripping is going to be the penalty against Boston. So Vancouver will head to the power play once again.
So it is a Royal Tiger Towel power play. Second in the hockey game for Vancouver. Some good puck movement. They had some good zone time in the first, but no shots. What'd you see? What'd you take away from that one?
Well, they weren't able to get any pucks through to the net, like you said. And for a team like Boston, whose penalty kill is 100%, you got to throw everything at the net. See if you can get a nice bounce to go your way, maybe.
They are 16 of 16 on the season, are the Fleet. They've got one shorthanded goal. Here's Miller, cross ice. Daniel trying to chip it up. Good stick there. And that one is worked out, and that is Susanna Taffany with that good stick. Scored the goal at the end of the previous kill for Boston. Now the captain, the Farmington, Michigan native Megan Keller, trying to start it. Kept alive. Sophie Jakes took a heavy shot earlier in the game, the former Ohio State defender.
I mean, just look at this pressure by Boston.
Yeah.
3 players high in the zone there. They're able to get the puck on their stick, and now they can take their time working it out of the zone. That's why they have a 100% penalty kill. They do not give you time and space to work.
And if you are new to the PWHL, there is a thing called a jailbreak, where if you score shorthanded, and I love this, by the way. I'd like to see it in other areas of hockey. If you score a shorthanded goal, your player is released from the penalty box to encourage offense and taking chances. I love that. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, every time we talk about it on a broadcast, I always make sure it's known that I wish every league had this, because I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be.
Yep, I'm with you. I think that is a terrific thing. When I started doing my preparation earlier in the week and started to get to know the league and getting around it, I was like, man, I kind of like that.
And who
That's
doesn't love
cool.
more scoring, right? I mean, we all want to see more goals.
I mean, you know,
maybe not the goalies, but the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, 2-1's fine in a playoff game, but in the regular season, I want 6-5 every night.
Yeah.
The coaches won't like that. The kill successful, and another big hit at center. And Vancouver, they're going to be shorthanded, as a big shot was delivered there at center by Gabby Rosenthal. And a Boston player got rocked over there right at the end of their bench, and she's going to have to get off the bench, is Rosenthal, and head to the box.
Here's another look at the play. Gabby Rosenthal, the Minnesota native, and just throws her into the wall there just in front of the Boston bench. Different look here from a little bit of a corner angle, and that's going to shake the Audi up a little bit.
Power play opportunity, our first in the game for Boston. And as good as their PK is, their power play is pretty good too, at 23.8, 5 for 21 on the season, second in the league. You've seen them. What do they do so well on the power play, Alexis?
Well, they just move the puck really well, and anytime you move the puck well, when you've got the extra skater on the ice to begin with, it's hard to kind of chase that play as the penalty-killing unit. And they're going to have a bit of a challenge here. Vancouver's penalty kill is actually pretty good. Their power play's not so hot, but their penalty kill, they've only allowed 2 goals so far this season.
Look out, here is Maschmeyer. They always say the goaltender's got to be your best penalty killer. Big stop there, to your point. 3rd in the league at 90.5%.
And a nice save there by Maschmeyer, moving left to right across her crease, and Mueller puts it on net. Tappany is out front as well, and the little backhander that gets in on Maschmeyer makes a big save.
Abby Newhook would have liked to have gotten more on that shot. Maschmeyer keeps this game at 2-1. Boston on top, power play here. 75 seconds to go in it. Up high now. The youngster, good shot. That one's on net. That was sent in there by Haley Wynn.
Yeah, good idea. The lane was kind of clogged up, looking for the screen out front, just never got all the way into Maschmeyer.
Wynn. She'll get it back now. One-timer coming off the mark. 50 seconds remaining now in this Boston power play. Another one-timer. Keller with a shot steered away Maschmeyer.
I mean, just look at the puck retrieval here and how fast they move this puck around the zone.
In front, loose. Good stick in there from the Goldeneyes defensively. Able to get this out. They do. Played ahead. Good work from Jakes. Boston now trying to head back up ice. They want to change, get the second unit out there with less than 6 to go in the period now in the final 20 of the power play for Boston.
Well, nice job by the Goldeneyes of getting this puck down the ice, killing some time off this penalty kill after some good cycle by the Boston Fleet and a couple really good looks and saves by Maschmeyer.
They get good entry, chance, and a rising bullet that went up into the netting. They've got the veteran presence, of course, the likes of Keller and Taffany, but they've got a lot of youth, and their rookies have really played well out of the gate. So a big kill there for the Goldeneyes to keep this a one-shot game. Vancouver's only got 2 shots in the game.
Yeah, were kind of hanging in there early in this game, and then of course had that goal that made it 1-1, but since then it's really been Boston after retaking the lead especially. They've kind of put the pedal to the metal here.
They mishandle it here now. The Goldeneyes get to it. Could not get it down deep into the corner. Tapani was there and kept it away from Vancouver for the time being, but they gather in again. Here they come. Szigeti drives down the slot. She's on top of the paint, turned over again. Skated back out here by Sophie Shirley. Still got it. Pulls it, little drag move. Fleet trying to work it back up top of the bouncing puck. Gets outside of the zone. Four and a half to go in the opening period. Anna Szigeti floats it up the wing. Dumped right back in by Boston. And a pass there. They got a fortunate break there. It wasn't handled by Kluge there. That could have been trouble. Speed now as they try to exit the zone. Exit, entry, all good. Still carrying this puck in. It was on the stick of Gardner. Low to high they go. D to D. Jakes with a shot, and it's gobbled up there and stopped here by Aaron Frankel. 4:04 to go in the opening period here in Detroit. Boston on top of Vancouver by 1.
For a team who doesn't score a whole lot of goals, playing against the best team in the league, to get that quick response is so big for your confidence, and they've been right in there. They've given up a lot of chances to Boston. Some of those have come on the power play, but we'll see if they can continue to hang in there here the final few minutes of the period.
Yeah, Mobley scored for Boston, and then 27 seconds later, Hannah Miller got it even at 1-1, and that's a great way to erase that, and a really, really quick flush of the goal. 3:40 to go in the opening period. 13-4 the shots. Boston, they lead in the game 2-1. Puck is dug out of there by Teresa Schaffzahl. Now Keller, but it drifted outside of the line. Keller wearing that number 5. We were able to confirm why she wears that number 5 pregame, Alexis.
Yeah, she walked out right as we were trying to confirm with Coach Spar, and he said, actually, I don't know, I'll ask her. And we turn around and she's standing right there.
Yep. And I said, you wear 5 because of Nicholas Lidstrom, right? She said, yeah, but at BC I had to wear 4. 5 was taken, but you grew up in this part of the country, especially here in Detroit in the state of Michigan. Number 5 is an absolute Mount Rushmore player in Red Wing history, Nicholas Lidstrom. Megan Keller's at in the women's game here in U.S. hockey and international hockey as well. Inside of 3 to go in the opening frame here. Boston, the first place team in the PWHL. Aschmeyer calmly gathers that one in with 2:28 remaining here in period number 1. Tapani, clean win on the draw. Quick look, punched away with a blocker there by Maschmeyer. Alberta product, 31 years young. 5 products of British Columbia on this Vancouver team. Another chance there on Maschmeyer. Unable to get it through as the puck was deflected into the opening there, in between the 2 benches with 2:03 to go in the period. You have not been to Vancouver yet, is that correct?
I have not, and I'm itching
Looks
to
amazing.
go there. I know. It looks beautiful. Both Vancouver and Seattle, 2 great spots for expansion, and we're lucky to have them here in the league.
From the Goldeneyes with 100 seconds to go in the period. Boston, they turn it over. For the goal, good stick down low from Riley Bregman, China Township, Michigan. I've lived in Michigan most of my life, and I had to look up where that is.
I did too.
It's up near Marine City on the way, for familiar, to Port Huron. Never had heard of it. Offside called here at the line.
And then we've seen a lot of signs in the crowd today saying Hockey Town needs a team. Can't be Hockey Town without the PWHL, and I agree. So these fans are itching to see some more hockey here, some more PWHL hockey here in their home state.
And as we touched on earlier, so great for the young girls that are out there playing the great sport of hockey to have something to strive for now. Year 3, and things are going well in this league. Keller That was deflected on the way, about 20 feet away from the net. Somebody took that off the uniform. Final 50 seconds here in the period. 2-1 Boston. Out shooting Vancouver by a dozen, 16-4. Boston wins the battle down low. A little back pass in front, came onto the Vancouver stick though. It was right onto the stick of Vanciova. Now Boston, one last push here with 30 seconds and counting to go. Sophie Jakes on the wing with it. Good defensive work by Bringman out there. Toward the goal. That one slides through the top of the paint. Vancouver trying to put a little heat on here in the final 10 here in the opening period. No icing here. It was off a stick there, I do believe. And that's going to do it for the opening 20 here.
And Hannah Miller, we talked about her getting the lone goal for Vancouver. A big goal just to kind of help reverse that momentum a little bit that Boston got with that early goal. And now her team looking for another equalizer here in the second period.
That is my broadcast partner here tonight, Alexis Huss, Natalie Kerwin down at ice level, Ben Holden, all of our crew, led by our producer Casey Carter and all of our outstanding crew here for a PWHL Takeover Tour game here on this Saturday night here at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit.
This will be a really good test for Vancouver today, a team who's looking for more goals, more wins. Can they compete hard against the best team in the league? So far, they're right there with them.
Yep, a one-shot game as we come up on a minute gone by here in the middle period of play. Little Caesars Arena, sticked away by Emerence Mashmeyer. 4 shots. Vancouver certainly needs to get some offense generated. How do you go about that in your mind, Alexis, here against this Boston squad?
I think you got to start moving the puck a little bit faster. This Boston team, they're all over everything. So if you slow the game down, they're going to love that.
I love the look of these teams in this league. It's
I know.
sharp.
We are very lucky here in the PWHL. So much talent. And to get to watch it night after night, and especially at some of these different cities that we don't get to go to as often. It's just been really fun the last few years and how this league has unfolded.
Boston Fleet and their green and bit of a teal look there, and Vancouver in the white with the gold and blue. Pounded off the boards, right back in by Boston. 16-5 are the shots. Vancouver, long stretch away from home. They're not home for about another 3 weeks. Boston had the entire week off too. That's a big thing for them. They haven't played since last Saturday.
Yeah, shootout loss against Ottawa in Ottawa.
9-rounder, 8-rounder?
Yeah. I said it was going to go 15, and we got past halfway there, so that one might have been on me.
You nearly had the broadcast jinx.
Well, it was such a fun game. I said I wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes the distance, and it sure did.
Love it. Good pass, that one off the skate there of Sydney Baird. Unable to gather it in. Boston carrying it through center. Patiently working that puck in there. That's Kluge. Leaving it at the line. D to D. Irwin took it from Keller. Megan Keller went to North Farmington High School. Growing up here in the Metro Detroit area. Was a softball player, was a basketball player.
And let me guess, she was good at all of those things.
I don't know that, but I'm gonna agree with you and say, yeah, she probably was. She's a natural athlete, right? Great to see her. What a amazing figure she is in the sport as she goes back to get it in that number 5. It'll be her 3rd Olympics coming up. Her and Haley Wynn going. Anne Frankel, who Alexis talked about in the open. She stopped 4 of 5 shots as Aaron Frankel in the Boston net so far tonight. Goldeneyes able to gain the line, need a little bit of help. They put that one right through the paint, didn't miss by much.
That's exactly what they need to do. Try to draw Frankel out of position, open up some space on the back door, and just couldn't connect on the pass. But I like that chance off the rush by Vancouver.
Really good chance off the rush. They'll go back here as we played 4 minutes here in the second. Quickly slung ahead, Seghetti. Got a player driving in the net right in front, and Frankel comes over and makes a point-blank stop to keep it 2-1.
Well, back-to-back really good looks by the Goldeneyes here, trying to find the equalizer. They trailed once already in this game, tied it up quickly, and looking for another one here early in the second.
Steered ahead by Boston out at center off the stick there of Ella Huber. Vancouver carrying the play here for the last couple of minutes. They're going to get on a puck here. That's Gardner gathering it in now. Gardner waits, trying to make a move. Got it ahead. Miller now near side with it. Couldn't get the pass through. Gardner trying to backhand one. Hit the side of the goal down there. Tapani plays it on. Back there is McKinnon. Good pressure here from Vancouver. 5 minutes into the period. Work back down the wall off a Boston skate, and Tapani will softly release the pressure as they want to change the line. The instep there, the skate of Rosenthal. Trying to take that play from Karvinen. Maschmeyer slowing it. Good pressure from Boston, trying to get a forecheck going. Still a loose mitt down there in the corner. They play on. Keller battling for it, trying to keep it in. Karvinen now floats one up the wing into space. Keller comes over, squeezing off the opposition there. Good pressure again from Vancouver, but they can't get it away.
Yeah, they've shrunk the ice a little bit more here in the second period and have gotten a few looks early.
There's a deflection off of Boston's stick. And the Fleet will clear the zone, and they'll get some fresh legs back onto the ice here. They'll slip all the way past the point back into the Boston end. 2-1 game, Boston with the lead. Claire Thompson, points leader for Vancouver. 6 coming in. The call there, icing called here with 13:24 to go in the period here, Alexis.
Well, Ben, you said, what does Vancouver need to do in this period? This is a team who only has 2 second period goals all season. This is their least scored period all season long, and they had back-to-back looks here not too long ago. Daniel, that's her second really good look of the night, and just could not beat Aaron Frankel there, but Vancouver comes close to tying this up once again.
Yeah, scored just the 2 you mentioned, giving up 5 in second periods this season. Of course, it's about who you're playing with, but I'll make mention Sarah Nurse still out for this Vancouver squad. That is about impossible to overcome her loss, isn't it?
Yeah, you always talk about, well, how do we fill these shoes? Some shoes literally cannot be filled. They're filled with cement when they're empty, and Sarah Nurse is one of those players where you can't just slide a new player in and say, go be Sarah Nurse. And Coach Adulski kind of said as much, saying she is tough to miss her on the roster night in and night out. Had a goal in her first game and hasn't played since.
Yeah. Well, next player up, Blake. Next woman gets the opportunity to go in there and play, and they're all pros. Seghetti back there. Boston, though, wins the race in there. Gets inside possession there. Good work down there from Huber. Seghetti kind of fanned on it, got it out to center. They'll play this into space here, and the Goldeneyes trying to get in there and win the race. Bit of contact into the corner there after that, but a good race forward as Sydney Baird took the shot down there in the corner.
Well, let's take another look at it. A little physicality here as the whistle sounds just as the hit is laid in the corner, and glove went flying. Good clean hit in my opinion.
There's Wynn now. Up high, looking for help down low. Wynn working it free now. Toward the goal, it's loose in front. Baird got a piece. Keller down in the corner.
Nice job looking for the moving screen out front there. They're trying to take away the eyes of Maschmeyer.
She saw that one cleanly. Goldeneyes under a little bit of heat here in their own zone. Came free onto the stick there of Vancouver. Now Boston gets to it, plays it in, and Maschmeyer will cover this one up with 11:35 left here in period 2. 18-6 of the shots. Boston with a lead. They've got the lead where it matters too on the board. 2-1 here in the Motor City of Detroit, Michigan. It's a one-shot game, 2-1. Coming up on the 9-minute mark here in period number 2. Ben Gardner's been very active, number 12 for Vancouver here in the second. Big collision, going to be a penalty called here. It's going to go on Boston on Kluge. More action going on, getting a little chippy here in Detroit.
Looks like they're going to send one from each team. Channel Watkins, the Michigan native, also going to take a seat in the box. Boarding and roughing. So Kluge takes the boarding penalty there, and then Channel Watkins letting her know she didn't appreciate the hit, and Channel Watkins will head to the box.
Big thrill for these women that play in this league, and also for Brian Adolski. We mentioned the head coach of Vancouver. He's from Warren. Here's Boston now with that power play that's not too shabby in its own right. They come into the weekend at almost 24%. Here's Gardner now. 4-on-4, as Alexis said. A lot more ice out there. See if one of these two teams can take advantage of that. Kept inside of the zone there by Michelle Carvinen.
Lots of different fans from around the league coming out here to support today.
Well, like your state from Minnesota, here in Michigan, we just love the game. It's great to see so many people here tonight.
Just tell them what time and where, and they'll be there.
That's right. A lot warmer in the rink than it is outside, I can tell you that.
That's the truth. Welcome to January in the Midwest.
For both of us, whether it's in Minnesota or Detroit, right?
I walked in without a jacket today. The security guard goes, "No jacket?" I was like, "I'm from Minnesota. This is nothing."
You guys are built different there. You really are. It's a different kind of cold in Minnesota and North Dakota than it is here. Sticked away there by Frankel. So we're down to 35 seconds to go here in the 4-on-4.
Kind of a slow-moving 4-on-4.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot going on. Both teams looking to play it a little safe right now with it being just a one-goal game.
18-7 Boston with the shots. They lead 2-1. Patiently circling the zone. Up top now onto the stick, though, of Boyd. Plays it out on the wing. Boyd will get it back now. Boyd toward the goal. Maschmeyer had to be ready and was. Pounded back down low by Bringman. Vancouver a little sloppy with it. Boston can't get body position to get a shot. Both players are free. Back to 5-on-5 here with 8:45 and counting to go here in period 2 in a 2-1 game. Look back up through that corner by Ashton Bell, the Manitoba native. Captain of this Vancouver team. Shot never got through. Bell, who's among the league leaders in that department, blocking him. Nice work in front by her.
Yeah, such a tremendous defender there. Just got right in the way of that shot and completely ate that puck, helping out her goaltender, Emryn Maschmeyer.
Came into the game third in the league with 17 blocks. Off the Vancouver stick. That was off Katie Chan's stick. Richmond, BC native. League played ahead. Now Vancouver will come away with it. Onto the stick there of Melissa Channel Watkins. Here's Thompson now. Took a look, rolled off her stick. Walks it out, sets up a teammate. Unable to get that shot away. That was Darcy Lappin that had the chance, but just couldn't pull a stick back to get a shot toward the goal. And the puck goes into the Vancouver bench.
I think it's easy to get impatient in a one-goal game for
Yep.
sure. You're itching to get that go-ahead or that insurance goal if you're the team in the lead. If you're the team down a goal, you're itching to get that tying goal. And the best teams know how to kind of ride that wave and let the game unfold for them. And Boston trying to hang in there in this one. 18 shots on net, 2 goals to show for it so far through about the halfway mark of this game.
Yeah, I enjoyed when I think Natalie asked the question when the three of us had a chance to talk with him before the game to Chris. He talked about how much fun he's having coaching in this league and the professional mindset these women have that are playing in this PWHL now in year 3. And great perspective from Chris. Here's Megan Keller, carries in, put it in front there, looking to connect there with Sophie Shirley just off the mark. Wrapped back in deep now, nifty play between the legs, but it was onto a Vancouver stick there. Onto the waiting stick in front there. A bell, back comes Boston. And not much on that chance with 6.5 to go.
Coach Chris Spar was telling us, I just told my wife the other day how much fun I'm having and how much I love coming to the rink. And both these coaches here today, first-timers in the PWHL, with Vancouver being an expansion team, and Coach Chris Spar in his first season with Boston.
And Chris has a tie here to Michigan. That one off the goal stick of Mashmeyer. He coached in the OHL about 90 minutes up the road in Flint with the Firebirds in one of the better years they've had in that Flint Firebirds organization. Said he came down here quite a bit in his time. And a terrific job in year 1 leading Boston. Quick shot, steered away Mashmeyer. That one came off the stick of Ella Huber. Vancouver chasing here. Boston picked it up here in the last couple of minutes. Here they come again. Player open and available. They don't get it out in front. Pounded off the boards and out. Sophie Jakes all the way around. Good play off the center to Madison Samiskevich. First time we've called her name here tonight. Talented player out in front, has a chance, and Frankel had to squeeze the post right there on Samiskevich.
Yeah, nice short side shot, and Frankel was just covering that pipe enough. Tough to get it through. She makes the save. We stay 2-1 with 5:14 to go.
Well, among the many things that are highlight worthy of Boston, they're the least penalized team in the league. They don't even average 4 minutes a game. And Vancouver right down, they're pretty disciplined too, but sometimes you need that physicality, right? Big hit can change the game. You know that is, sometimes you gotta take a hit to make a play. Here's a nifty move up the wing here by Vancouver. Right in, Frankel there, loose in front, they can't find it. Oh, a great chance for the Goldeneyes. Samiskevich now will sweep it in deep.
That might have been their best look of the night.
They're gonna be shorthanded here as they took a penalty, one of those stick penalties, in the O-zone. Those will drive the coach nuts.
Here's a look at the chance by the Goldeneyes, a snipe from the circle. And look at how far out Frankel is out of her crease. That's what I was talking about early on in the broadcast. And then she continues to fight it off at the top of the crease. Maybe the former Minnesota Frost, Michaela Kaba, in the box for 2.
It is another Royale Tiger Towel power play opportunity here for Boston. Second in the game for them. Had 3 shots on their first. Big situation in this game if you're Vancouver. You don't want to go down 2. It's been a struggle at times to score this season for them, and they're in the game now. They need a kill here.
Yeah, I don't like calling anything a must-kill in hockey, because as long as there's time on the clock, anything can happen, but this is as close to that as you're going to get. And a low-scoring game for a team who doesn't score a lot, you got to keep Boston off the board here.
Here's Tapani getting into the zone. Goldeneyes get to it. Good stick from Miller. Keller had it hop over her stick.
I just couldn't hold the line there. That gives Vancouver a little bit of breathing room here.
And they'll send it 200 feet here. 65 seconds remaining in the Boston Fleet power play. Looking to increase the lead to 2 here. Trying to get it set up. One-timer on the way. Stick save by Mashmeyer. She was ready.
Yeah, a nice challenge by Mashmeyer too. I've really liked what I've seen out of her today. Looking for her 3rd win of the season. She's really come out and challenged a lot of plays. She's taken away the net, not given a lot of opportunities.
Here come the Fleet again, driving right in. Half a minute to go now, and another big play there from Vancouver to get it down the length, but Frankel comes out and hammers it down.
Nice job by the penalty kill. They kept the play to the outside and then forced it all the way down the ice, kept everything away from that sweet spot in the zone.
Ayla Miller will take it. She's got the Goldeneyes goal here tonight. Vancouver Fauna, 29 years young. One last push here maybe for Boston if they can possess it with the power play chance. Good work on a Miller, and Vancouver does the job as they pound it down. That'll do it.
Excellent penalty kill. That is impressive work by Vancouver, taking care of business when you need to and giving yourself a chance here late in the second period at the very least to not be down by more than a couple.
0 for 2 on the power play is Boston. They got one shot on that power play opportunity. Still a 2-1 game, just over 2 to go here in the middle period. Racing call here with 2:07 to play in the period. 4 shots in the period for Vancouver.
And I need to see more out of Vancouver.
That 5, they just changed it.
Yeah, they just added one more, so 9 total. I need to see more from them offensively in that regard. Their lowest shot total on the season was 19 in their first game against Ottawa. They've been in the low 20s a few times this season, but they got to start to generate more. It's not going to be easy to beat Frankel, so you need to up the ante a little bit as far as shots on net go, just to up your chances a little bit of one of those sneaking behind her.
Yeah, the best chance they had was a couple of minutes ago.
Yes.
The shift that Madison Samoskevich was out there on. Best chance they've had in a while.
And against maybe not the best goaltender in the league, that puck goes in, but when you're playing Erin Frankel, it gets a little bit tougher to beat her.
She just quietly goes about her work, right? I mean, that's what she does.
Yeah, she's a gamer. I think the only time I've seen her smile was in her headshot for the league on the league website. So she's always got kind of that look on her face like, don't mess with me, and she plays that way too.
Another Olympics coming up for her, and so well deserved. On with Keller, who banked it on to win. You got to figure they're going to be together in the Olympics. They've been playing together all year. The veteran and the rook. Here comes Boston. Good chance. Mashmeyer got the blocker up to make the stop on that one.
Yeah, nice job by Mashmeyer to hang with that play. A little bit of passing off the rush, and then the shot comes in, and she's been really solid here in this period. Now up to 21 shots on net for the Boston Fleet.
40 seconds to go now in the period. Vancouver trying to put a little push on here. Boston, though, will sweep that through. Now a race for it here. Bell back, the captain of Vancouver. Good work, good positioning there with a body. Able to get that puck and a good pass ahead. Nicely done. Here come the Goldeneyes. Gardner shoots off the glove. And diving is Frankel. It stays out. Great opportunity for Vancouver. Still 15 to go in the period. Bell shoots off a leg. Gardner tracks it down now. Under 10 to go. Good work out of Gardner on this shift. She's had a really good period as number 12 in white. And that's going to do it. And nearly a tying goal here, Alexis. But it's 2-1 after 40. Boston has the lead.
Both these goaltenders coming off games where they allowed just 2 goals. And it's going to be a tight one right down to the wire here in this third period.
Underway here in the third. Takeover tour game number 1 of the season here in Detroit. Back here in March on the 28th for the second one. Another really good turnout at Boston. Right out of the gates. 19 seconds in. They extend it to a 2-goal game.
Well, Jamie Lee Rattray finds this loose puck in the slot. And this comes less than a minute into this third period. The pass from the top of the circle, and Rattray is able to find it. And quickly makes this a 3-1 game after everything we saw in that second period. No goals scored, a couple late chances. by Vancouver. They can't capitalize, and then Rattray with her first goal of the season. 19 seconds into this one again, the pass. Shopsall trying to find her. She has to take a second to gather it up and fires it past Mashmeyer, and things just got a little more difficult for Vancouver. Boston, by the way, was leading after 2. 6 times so far this season, only 1 loss. It came in the shootout to Ottawa last weekend, and they just gave themselves an insurance goal to help that stat a little bit.
They sure did. The 33-year-old Jamie Lee Rattray out of Kanata, Ontario, basically Ottawa, suburban Ottawa, drafted 15th overall pick back in year 1 of the PWHL. Massive goal. Now the response from Vancouver. What will it be? They need to get something going offensively. Down a pair here. Nearly got this game even late there in the final 15 seconds of that second period, but the puck just slid wide. Here's a chance, teeing it up, and Aaron Frankel steering that one into the corner off that shot attempt there from Michelle Karvinen. Olympian for Finland once again, she'll be, and we'll look back one more time at the goal here. There you see the call, the hand pass call.
Yeah, here's another look at that goal. Vancouver just trying to find this loose puck, and nobody can get a stick on it. Rattray, the first to find it, had just a little bit of room to work as 3 Goldeneyes were surrounding her, and she fires it home. A big smile on her face as she nets her first of the season. Fans are doing the wave here now, Ben. They're having fun, and Boston now with a 3-1 lead just a few moments into this third period.
Hey, Hockeytown, as it was adopted back in the Red Wings' heyday of the mid and late 90s.
A lot of time left to work in this third period. I just want to see them fire more on net.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's ugly. Just get it on the net.
Get it there.
See if you can get a rebound, a bounce, anything, just to help shift the momentum a little bit in this third period.
Yep, they need it. Just get it at the net, get traffic, get to the paint. Sure, that is the message from Brian Nadolski and his staff. Coming up on 2 minutes gone here in the period. Jakes, there's one toward the goal. Rebound, chance loose. Boston will pound this one down. All the way down it goes for the icing call.
Well, from our mouths to their ears, Ben, that's
right.
exactly what we're looking for out of Vancouver.
And inside of the zone by Boston, slowed by Mashmeyer in the trapezoid. Boston, though, will gather it in along the far side wall. Taken away now. Wrap back up and out. Vancouver hustling down there. Shea Maloney. They're in the zone. Channel Watkins plays on to her D partner back there, Ashton Bell. Bell will head off, as will Melissa Channel Watkins. Fresh D on here for Brian Nadolski and this Goldeneyes team. Here they come. Another chance now. Shooting off a leg there. That one off the leg of Riley Bregman. Another shot blocked. The Goldeneyes loose in front off an elbow and nearly trickled in. They'll load again. Rip that one wide down low. Another chance. Low to high they go. Left point. They're trying to get it through. Kluge challenged. Deflected it away. Working it free. Up top they get it now. Baird. Off the Boston stick down there in the corner. That was Bregman. Kept in again. Nicely done. Karvinen gives it up. Thrown in front. Tied up in front. Good defensive work down there by Riley Bregman. Vancouver, another shot toward the goaltender. And Frankel has been as busy as she's been all night here, Alexis.
Well, love this response by Vancouver after the third goal allowed. Look at this forecheck by Vancouver. They've done the forecheck really well in this third period. They get F1 and F2 in there. 2 forecheckers defending down low, trying to stick that or get that puck on their stick, and then F3 comes in and steals the puck and sets up this sequence for Vancouver. That is great forechecking. You're going to have to start to take some chances like that if you're Vancouver. If you get caught on a rush the other way, so be it. You need to start taking some chances and see if you can get back into this game.
Putting some serious heat on. Here's a chance right in front. Great A chance and another one. They can't stop that. It's pounded in by Thompson. And it's 3-2 with 15 and a half to go.
Well, how good has Claire Thompson been for this Vancouver Goldeneyes team since getting picked up off of the Minnesota Frost, her third goal of the season. And as a defender, too.
Yep.
And she's really been able to contribute. That's her 7th point of the season as well. And you felt this coming. Vancouver was getting their chances. They were working it down low, cycling the puck, and then Thompson bangs it home past Frankel. And not much Frankel can do there on a wide open net, trying to work her way back towards the play. And Vancouver capitalizes, and just like that, it's once again a 1-goal game.
27-year-old, former Princeton Tiger. Minnesota last year, and Frankel had to be quick there off the left pad. Thompson, a native of Toronto. And Vancouver trying to keep this puck in the O-zone, keeping the heat on. Gardner trying to sweep that one through the trapezoid. Now Jakes kind of double pumped on it there, kind of came off the stick. She'll get it back now up at that point spot on the right side. Boston doing an awful lot of defending here to begin this period. Another good play by Jakes to get it free into space. Gardner back out there. Gardner trying to get it deep. Thompson, Cava, and Vasinova, the assist on that one at 4:21, Alexis.
Yeah, Claire Thompson, 18 points last season with the Minnesota Frost, gets her 3rd goal of the season here, and another look at this one from a different angle, and Thompson just able to bang it home from the circle, and you leave a player like her wide open. She knows how to score. Doesn't matter if she's a defender or a forward. She's going to take that chance, and from the circle, she puts it home to give Vancouver a little bit of life here in this 3rd period. They were working towards that goal. They got it. Now back to work to see if they can tie it up.
Yeah, one-shot game again. Thompson came in terms of defenders and points scored, trailing only Megan Keller. And of course, Megan named to the U.S. Olympic team, and all happened Friday morning. Claire Thompson, who was a part of the Canadian Olympic team in 22. They'll announce theirs next week. Something we haven't seen much of. Boston in the O-zone here in this 3rd period. Fleet denied there as Bell played it away. Now the Goldeneyes of Vancouver. Rink wide, right on the backhand. Nicely done. Good pass, good handle on the take there by Katie Chan. That's still inside of the zone. Chan couldn't get much on it. She'll head off for a change here.
I mean, you can just tell Vancouver has a little bit more life right now in this 3rd period. They're skating hard. They're pressuring the play, not giving Boston a lot of room to work. And they're giving themselves a chance here in this 3rd period already with a goal to show for it.
Emma Greco, her pass off the mark there, looking for Rosenthal. Pounded back in here by Boston. That should be all good. No icing here. Springman back to get it. Vancouver with 4 chances to 1 for Boston here so far in this 3rd. Greco turning. Vancouver. Here comes Seghetti with a chance. Look out! Stick went flying. Anna Seghetti, one of those 5 Michiganders in this contest here tonight. Now Jakes didn't get through. Tapani took that down low off the leg, blocked the shot. Penalty coming up. Vancouver's going to get a power play here with 12:32 left here in the 3rd.
The tripping call is going to send Vancouver to the power play. We'll get the official call from the official. And Tapani, as you mentioned, heading to the box. Vancouver within 1 thanks to this goal not too long ago. Loose puck. Thompson finds it, puts it home, makes it 3-2 with 12:32 to go. And Tapani taking her first penalty minute of the season in this game here tonight. also has a goal here this evening, but she will sit in the box for now. And Vancouver will see if they can tie this up. They have yet to lead in this game, but they did tie it in the first period at 1, and Boston, after regaining the lead, has led since then.
And it's another Royale Tiger Towel power play here for the Vancouver Goldeneyes, coming up on the 8-minute mark here in the third. Down 1, 3-2. Jakes will handle. Jake shoots, they score! Game is tied at 3-3.
The penalty kill at some point has to give, and it took a few cracks at it, but finally the Vancouver Goldeneyes blemish the record on the penalty kill of the Boston Fleet, who had yet to allow a power play goal this season. Nice screen by Abby Marine out front. So the two former Minnesota Frost players kind of team up on that goal. Jakes with the blast, Marine with the screen.
Talked about it at the outset of the broadcast, the struggles that they've had. Brian Adolski's too good of a coach for this not to turn around. He's got too good of a team for it not to turn around. Maybe tonight is step one in getting it turned around offensively. And they're playing the best team in the league, too.
I was just going to say, no better team to do it against, to find your game than against the best team or one of the best teams in the league. And they have really skated well here today. Even at times where things weren't going their way, they hung in there. They never got too far behind, and they've got a new chance here in this third period to potentially take their first lead of the game.
It's a bold statement so far. They're putting on, playing well, getting this game evened up at 3. So now what's Boston's response? Always love seeing that in a hockey game. Thompson trying to gather it, bouncing puck. It'll be Jakes that softly plays it deep inside of the Boston zone. Glass and out they go. But it's whistled and called. Looked like somebody touched it in the Boston bench.
This is kind of new territory for both these teams here, trying to manage the rest of this game with about 11 minutes to go.
Love it. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you're watching tonight. In Canada, home of the Goldeneyes on TSN2, and Nesson out east, and of course on the PWHL YouTube channel as always. Great to be with you here from Detroit. Rising bullet from Jakes there. The corner Karam sends it all the way back inside of the Vancouver end. Thompson pressured. Calmly plays it on to Jakes in the direction of Katie Chan. Katie Chan able to get it free, back for Jakes. Boston pounding it back in. Handled back there by Thompson. Now Jakes. Ahead at the line. Like a hand pass was called at the line with 9:59 to go in the third.
Still a lot of time left in this game.
19 points. They came into the weekend, the top team in the league. 6 wins, all in regulation. Vancouver coming at them. Down a pair. They got it even on the power play goal from Jakes. Thompson got him to within 1 prior to that. Loose in front. Paddled out of there by Frankel. Swept across now. In front, traffic, Boston defending, packing it in. And the Fleet able to get it out of the zone. Liz Shuckers carries in, right wing side, lays it back, didn't get much on it, but it got towards Mashmeyer, and she stuck that goal stick out, knocked it away.
Well, Mashmeyer hasn't seen much action as of late here. It's been a lot of activity down in Boston's side of the ice.
Quick foot there to knock that puck down by Laura Kluge. Mashmeyer now. Anna Miller waits for it. Trying to play that right up the middle of the sheet there, looking for Izzy Daniel.
And Vancouver has outshot Boston in this period 8-4.
Yeah. So here, offside called with 8:42 to go. Here's Vancouver, and they take the lead right to the paint, and they bang it in the open net, and Vancouver leads it 4-3 with 8.5 to go.
And let's take a look at how this all developed. A little bit of a turnover in the neutral zone, just can't collect the puck cleanly at the line. Vancouver takes it in. Daniel, nice stick check to get positioning and bangs it home. She's had several good looks here today. Nice to see her rewarded for her efforts in this one. And Vancouver has their first lead of the night and might be the most important time to get it back.
Wow, that is a massive, massive cap to a trio of goals here. They were down 3-1. And they've ripped off the last 3 here, just over 8 to go in regulation time. And the Vancouver Goldeneyes, 7th place coming into the weekend. Right now leading the top team in the league by 1. Right back to work. Boston has not spent much time in the O-zone here in this third period. Here they come, speed through center. Shooting, punched down with a blocker by Maschmeyer. Banked out to safety by Vancouver.
And keep in mind, the last time these teams met, it was a shutout win for Boston. And a much different story here tonight in Detroit.
Gardner draws the lone assist on the goal by Daniel at 11:31 to make it a 4-3 game. What a performance here thus far in this third period from Vancouver.
Boston just has to not get rattled here. They've played a really good game up until, a few minutes into the third period. They scored that first goal of the third, and then from there, Vancouver took over. If Boston gets back to what they were doing, they're right back in this thing.
They sure are, and we talked about it too at the outset. What do you do to beat a goaltender as good as Frankel? Well, they've done just that. They've went to the paint. They've taken eyes away. They have had a flurry of shots here in this third period as the puck is backhanded into the Boston bench here with 6:47 to play. Yeah, Gardner's been really good in this game. She's been really involved in a key play by her, to your point. Jakes gets it down low. Pressured again. Gardner in there on cue, makes a play, trying to get it out front, but it was onto a Boston stick. Here's Jake, slings it across to Thompson. Daniel takes a look, 40-footer off of Miller. Miller trying to play it back up, but it was outside the line. Vancouver, they look like a different team here in the third period, don't they?
Yeah, this game I feel like I'm watching a completely different game than I was watching in the first and second periods. And we've got an official who hit the deck on the far side wall, gets back up okay.
Accidental spill down there. Back up top now, Bell shoots. Frankel sees that all the way. Got a little flyby, and Boston didn't like that. Little flyby, a little bit of contact there. Don't go anywhere. Less than 6 to go in regulation. 1-goal game. And Vancouver, this would be a massive win for them here tonight, would it not?
Well, just the way they've done it, too. I mean, again, you're playing against the best team in the league. I know we've said it a million times, but it's such a critical part of the story of this game. And if Vancouver can find a way to hang on and win this game, I would say even getting points out of this game for Vancouver would be something to be proud of. So regardless of what happens, if they get some points, impressive. If they can get a regulation win, Ben,
that's huge.
They'll gladly take those 3 points.
Yep. Coming up on 5 to go here. Vancouver's got it again. Thompson on to Jakes. On the 4th Vancouver goal, they've added a 2nd assist. That one goes credited to Hannah Miller. She's had a strong game too. Under 5 to go here. Boston with the puck, the top team in the league, down 1. They had a 2-goal lead, 19 seconds into the period. But the Vancouver Goldeneyes, 7th in the league. They have come back and ripped off 3 consecutive to lead by 1 here. It'll be kept in at the point, snap toward the goal, in the slot, knocked down. Now checked down by the Fleet. They'll feed it up top. Now Keller, the captain. Megan Keller on the backhand, leaves it off for Wynn. Wynn, 2 blocking that shot. Open player, they missed the net. Oh, and Maschmeyer diving, coming up, made the stop. Keller across for Wynn. Wynn trying to force a puck down there, and it's knocked out by Vancouver. Good shift there from Boston.
Wow, probably the best one of the period, at least since that goal by Rattray was scored, and they almost tie it up there.
Look out, here comes Vancouver, right in! And Frankel, oh, she had to be real patient, and she was there to gobble that one up between the pads. Scoring chances 12-11 in favor of Boston, but they're on the short end of the score. It's 4-3, under 4 to go here in regulation time. Boyd gains the red, blows a tire, look out here. And a good quick stick there from Bregman. Otherwise, you had Gabby Rosenthal thinking about waltzing it alone. Now Vancouver, smart play off the kick plate. Karvinen finds the red, tried to dump it in, hit a body. Here comes Boston now. Patiently carrying that up. Big collision there, nicely done. Miller, turning, chance, still loose. Now the Fleet, up to Keller. To win, 22 years old, she's gonna be a star. To a veteran star, Hall of Famer one day, Megan Keller. But it's Vancouver that gets it, and they'll lob it off to center where Keller will glove it.
Really good couple of minutes here by Boston. Some zone time, which they haven't had much of in this third period, and some chances as well. There's still 2.5 minutes to go.
Keep our eyes on Frankel. 2:25 and counting. Foreign territory here for Boston. They're not used to pulling the goalie. But in all likelihood, they will here. Coming up now, 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in regulation time. Boyd, a little bit of pressure back there. Lappin, putting the heat on. Deflected away, hustling over there, trying to chip that in was Katie Chan. Boston gets it into the zone, can't maintain possession.
Really smart play by Chan, a little chip off the wall and then dashes in for the return pass, and they just couldn't complete the play, but I like the idea.
100 seconds to go now in regulation time. Riley Bregman. Frankel still in that paint. Entry right side, good play from Thompson. Tried to get it out. 80 seconds to go. Are you surprised Frankel is not out?
A little bit, and she's not even looking to the bench yet. Neither is the bench looking at her, so Boston trying to
there
get
she
this
goes.
thing done.
There she goes on cue, Alexis. Here's a chance off the mark. Rosenthal down in the corner for Vancouver. Punched away there by Maschmeyer. And trying to make the play at the line, unable to. They got to reset. Keller's got to wait. Carries it in. Empty net now. 50 seconds to go now in this game. Vancouver cannot get it out. Here's Keller now. Keller shoots. Dead miss by Moncho. What a good look from Megan Keller.
Just went wide blocker side. Maschmeyer came way out to challenge and didn't give her a lot of net to shoot at, but Keller doesn't need a whole lot of net to shoot at to score.
Here's Wynn, lost the handle. Vancouver, they've got it now. Melissa Channel-Watkins, but they're going to bring this down.
Boston, you're so good off the rush. Get this puck, take it down ice, make a play off the rush.
Here's Mueller now, Frankel to the bench. They win that draw, they get it in deep now. 15 seconds to go now. Megan Keller to Mueller. Mueller back to Keller. Keller came off the heel of her stick. And it's whistled and called offside with 4.3 to go now in the game. Now they get the draw. Mueller could not maintain possession of the puck, and the Vancouver Goldeneyes, they were down 2 goals 19 seconds in to this third period, and they ripped off the next 3 at 4:21, 8:01, and 11:31, and a massive win for the Goldeneyes.